Hi, I'm Devin Long. I'm the Arts and Entertainment Editor at the St. Augustine Record and staugustine.com. We're reporting to you from the World Golf IMAX, and we're here for the opening of Star Wars. Let's go talk to some people. I have to start with a really obvious question, but like, who are you?
Technically Darth Talon.
Okay.
But she's a Twi'lek, but I didn't feel like wearing the whole headpiece.
Okay. So, all right. I was just curious because I've watched Star Wars, but I couldn't pin you.
I'm non-canon
okay.
Darth Talon.
That makes sense. So, what do you feel about the series? What's your favorite episode?
Empire Strikes Back.
The Empire Strikes Back?
That's everyone's favorite episode. But I really like the comics are some of my favorite. Yeah,
Okay.
That's actually how I got into Star Wars. I read the comics before I ever read.
Really? Tell us a little bit about them. I don't know much about the Star Wars comics.
Well, now they're non-canon since Disney bought it. But there's Legacy, which is like 200 years after the third installment.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it.
It's not the third.
Anyway, but it's about like Luke's great-great-grandson, and he's a bounty hunter, and he feels the Force, but he doesn't want any part of it. It's super cool.
Okay, cool.
And it teaches you a lot about like
that's interesting.
the Force and like the dark side and the light side, and like how you choose which way you want to go.
So if you really want to get into it, get into the comics.
Yeah.
Get into the comics.
Yeah.
So, why did you choose Darth Talon?
Because I've cosplayed her at cons several times, and I just don't get very many opportunities to wear her.
Okay.
And Star Wars, why not?
The Star Wars premiere is a good excuse, isn't it? Okay. All right. So, what's your favorite thing about Star Wars?
Just the magic of it. You know, just like it's just this whole different world of like the Force and Jedi and Sith, and it's just magical.
Okay.
I think, honestly. It's
right.
just like you can dive in and be in another world.
What questions? Awesome. Nothing too much bad. So how old were you when you saw the first one?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Wow. And so what's kept you coming back?
I like the story. I mean, the first 3 are my favorite. I have a son who's 13, and he's diehard fan, but living for today. And you know, like them, they're excited about it. Counting down the days, and you know, he's kind of gotten me back into it. And I also saved my toys from the 1970s.
Oh wow!
So those are now in his room. So just I don't know. I mean, my wife and daughter think we're nerds, but we really don't care. We love
it's okay, right? It's what I've noticed about Star Wars fans. They don't really care what you say.
No, all walks of life.
Yep. So what do you do?
I'm in banking.
You're in banking?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you're right. They come from all walks of life.
Yeah, exactly. Got my laptop with me.
So how do you feel about Harrison Ford making an appearance in this movie?
We've joked about it, if he's going to have his walker or not.
He's going to be on his walker.
You know, you kind of heard, the accent that happened and all that. You got to love Han Solo and Chewie.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, the whole thing in the promo was saying, hey, we're home, it's kind of cool. So,
yeah.
Kind of looking forward to it.
All right. You said the first 3 were your favorites. Why?
For the age of technology at that time, and in terms of what they could do, I thought they did a stellar job.
Yeah.
Now it's a lot of the computer, and I get that. It's a little bit better, crisper, but to me, it speaks volume to the talent of the time to make it look so realistic for mid-1970s compared to the technology that we have now and how far we've come. So, I still think The New Hope is my favorite, all-time favorite, to kick things off and kind of saw the saga go on with all the further installments of it. So, I've heard great things, but I've also stayed offline because I want to get spoilers.
Stay offline, no spoilers.
Like I was sharing with the gentleman here, I don't want Luke to go to the dark side. If I do that, I might be done with them.
Okay, so what do you think about George Lucas not being involved? Do you think that's good for the franchise? Do you think it's a bad thing?
I wish he stayed in.
You wish he stayed in?
Yeah, I wish he stayed in.
I think a lot of fans did.
Yeah. A little apprehensive. The mouse can get a little bit greedy. So hopefully they're going to do the right thing to the franchise and keep it going. I mean, it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
A lot of us grew up with it, and we see our kids growing up with it. And, like I was saying, my son's still playing with my toys, so it's kind of nostalgic for me. So I hope they continue the series in that manner and not really derail from the true message of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye. Why come out so early?
Well, it's Star Wars.
Because it's Star Wars.
Did that for the last 3.
For the last 3. Yep. Okay.
Granted, that was 10 years ago when I was in college, so I had a little more freedom. But it's a day off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, what the heck?
Why not?
Yeah.
So what is it about Star Wars that you love?
I mean, it's just always been fun.
It's always been fun?
Well, except for Jar Jar. But even then, when I originally saw it, I was more like, I think at the time, when I originally saw Jar Jar, it was more of a, ooh, more Star Wars, instead of only later watching it a few more times and I started to calm down and say, you know, what the heck?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But this one, definitely be interesting to see what Disney's been up to now that they've taken over and Lucas has sort of walked away from it by his own admission.
Yeah, do you have any feelings about J.J. Abrams directing this one, or?
He'll probably do pretty good. I mean, I think to me he did a decent job with the Star Trek movies, and so I think I'm optimistic.
You're optimistic?
Yeah,
that's good. I think he'll do pretty good too. So did you intentionally come to IMAX? So you wanted the big screen?
Yes. I knew I had to once I heard they busted out an IMAX camera for some scenes. I saw the Batman movie, and one of the Batman movies in IMAX, and they had the IMAX camera for that, and I'm like, yeah, if there's any other movies they do this, I gotta come here. See the full IMAX glory.
Yeah.
Instead of just these upstretched versions.
Yeah, we were reading I actually read an article yesterday from J.J. Abrams. He was saying that IMAX 3D is the way to see this one. So.
Oh, I'm sure, yes. I mean, these are they always push the bar on visual effects with these, I'm sure.
So, all right, man. Yeah. Well, we might be talking about what brings y'all out here tonight. Why the opening? Because it's Star Wars. You're not the only person who said that.
Yeah. Waiting for it since I was a little girl.
Waiting for it?
Yeah, I need it.
I think seeing that Star Wars on an opening night with a whole bunch of other people that want to see Star Wars on opening night, it's almost more about sharing the experience than seeing the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're mostly worried about seeing the movie.
Yeah. You're mostly worried about seeing the movie? So what are your favorites? Do y'all have the same favorite or separate? Or?
I mean, there are only 3. Let's get that out of the way.
There are only 3? Okay.
Only 3 to choose from.
Okay.
I'd have to go with The New Hope.
The New Hope?
Yeah.
I really like the 5th one. What's it called?
Empire Strikes Back.
The Empire Strikes Back.
The Empire Strikes Back was my favorite.
Okay. Why the original 3 over the newer ones?
They're more honest.
More honest.
The original version, and I'm going to sound like a huge hipster here, but the original versions were just so, they weren't doctored, they weren't CGI. And I'm not bashing CGI, everyone loves CGI, great special effects, but I don't know, there's something to be said about a movie that took that much effort to make with that technology at that time.
Okay. All right.
Do you feel more connected to all the characters in the last 3? Because like you said, it's more honest, it's more authentic, and even though it's in a different, galaxy, you feel more related to the characters because of their struggles.
It's more of a story and less of a soap opera than the other ones were.
And it's way better written.
It's way better
Even for
written.
the 70s.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What is it about Star Wars? There seems to be everybody has the thing that sets them off, and that's why they're Star Wars fans. What is y'all's?
That makes us Star Wars fans? I think everyone likes to get away, and everyone has their own different way of getting away from the world and away from the struggles of real life. And I think there's just something special that captivates everyone about these movies. I don't know if I can put my finger on it.
I think for me it's kind of the first movie that came out was the 4th episode. They just kind of drop you in hey, here's some stuff that happened. Enjoy. They didn't have to explain everything to a detail. It just kind of, you are dropped in this universe and everything just works.
Okay.
Everything makes sense. For me also, I like that, George Lucas is a big World War II history fan. And I'm a huge fan of military hardware. I'm a huge nerd, just not even Star Wars, just in life. And so I draw a lot of similarities between military hardware and the stuff they use in the movies. I enjoy the story, but I also love, TIE fighters, X-Wings, Y-Wings, B-Wings, the list goes on.
Okay. All right. Well,
Maybe that's the lure of it, is that whenever you're dropped into this world, everything makes sense. So you can kind of take a break from real life
Yeah.
where nothing ever makes sense.
It's not a lot of effort to enjoy and understand.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Hey, no
we
worries, man.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.